Hi, good morning.
Yes.
Great, great guys, great. Okay, cool. So, so how are you all? We will start like within 10:05. I just want that everyone joins in. Okay, before we start, any doubts from the last lecture?
Yeah, not yet.
Cool. Anyone else?
I'm good, Nikhil.
Cool guys. Cool. So I have already written, but is there anyone who doesn't know what is the today's topic? Is there anyone who don't know about today's topic?
Array loops function.
सबसे ज्यादा ध्यान देना पड़ेगा
Okay, guys, let's start. Okay. So till now, what we have read, there are two type of boxes. One is let, other is const, right? But there is one thing that is common in between them. At one time, let's say this is a box. Let's say this is the box, irrespective or let or const. What is the property? You can keep one thing at a time. If this has oranges inside it, then you can't put apple on the same time. Am I right? You have, if you will put apple inside it, oranges will come out and then apple will be settled into it. If this is a let, and if this is const, then only oranges are going to stay in it. You cannot like fill in apple inside this, right?
Right.
Clear?
Yeah.
Am I right?
Yes, yes.
Yes.
yes
Cool. So, what is the property? What is the common among let and const? That at one time you can keep one thing inside it. Am I right? Understood?
Yeah.
yes
But that is a problem, right? Let's say I have to keep multiple things. Let's say I want to keep oranges, apples, bananas, right? We have to keep these three things. And how I'm going to keep it? Okay. Is it like feasible? I create a different box for everything? No, right?
No.
It is going to increase my work only, right? It is going to increase my work only. Am I right?
Yes.
Cool. So to resolve this problem, we have a big box. I call it container. What I call it? Container. I call this container. What is the name of this container? Name of this container is array. What is the name of this container? Array.
Array.
So I can store apples inside it, oranges inside it, bananas inside it, papayas inside it. Okay, literally everything. Okay, so what we call this container.
Array.
Right.
Now I will tell you another great thing. You can store this array or container inside a let or const variable. Cool. I will show you how technically, but we can store an array inside let or const. Okay, is this clear, guys?
Yes.
Any doubt still here?
Not.
Cool. So you have understood like what is the array. Okay. Now there is some difference, guys. In any, when you read arrays in Java, if let's say this is the container, if this is a container, if this is an array or container of fruits, then you cannot put vegetables inside it. Okay. If this is a Java array, not JavaScript array. Okay, this is an important interview question, so that's why I'm clearing you here. So you can put only fruits inside it. Okay, veggies are not allowed. Clear?
Clear.
Veggies are not allowed.
Not allowed.
This is the property of Java. This is the property of Java.
Java.
Okay, I'm just giving example right now. I will talk technically about this. Okay. So removing this. Okay. But when we talk about JavaScript container, JavaScript array, you can keep here fruits, veggies, water as well. Okay. I mean different type of data. You can store here different type of data. All right. So what do I technically mean by different type of data? When I say same type of data, if I say same type of data, that means string, integers are not allowed, numbers are not allowed. Okay. This is for Java. Okay. This is for Java.
Yeah.
But if I talk about JS, I can store string, number, float, arrays inside an array. Okay. A container inside a container. Okay. Looks good.
Okay.
Useful,
Yeah.
right? So
Right.
understood this container. Do you guys understood the concept of container or array, I would say?
Yes, sir.
Okay, cool. Cool, guys. So now I will give you an example of array. I will. Have you seen the mailbox? Gmail mailbox?
Yes.
That is a array. That is a array because that is a list of mails. That is a array, right? Clear? Mailbox. So mailbox is one example of array, real-time example of array. Clear?
Yeah.
Yes.
Clear.
Atul, what is a real-time example of arrays? Atul. Guys, please turn on your
Hi, Nikhil.
cameras. Hi, Atul. So what is the real-time
Yeah,
example of
array is the
arrays?
real-time example. In array, we can store the values like string,
That
any
is that
data
is
in
that is
which
that
we
is
have.
fine. But what is a real-time example? I just gave a real-time example of arrays. What is that example?
We can keep like data of fruits, oranges, apples, and water together. That is the property of JavaScript array.
Okay. But I am asking a real-time example of arrays. Where have you seen like at this place arrays have been implemented?
Our contacts, mobile contacts.
Contacts, right? Mailboxes, right?
Hmm.
Wherever you see a list, that is an array, guys. On Amazon, when products are listed, those are arrays. Got it?
Yeah.
Atul, now you got it.
Yes, yes. Now I got it.
Cool. Cool. So just keep in your mind that a list of mailbox is an array. Okay.
Okay.
Cool. Cool. Now let's say I will I will again make a drawing. Okay. So let's say this is your mailbox. Mail number 0, mail number 1, mail number 2, mail number 3, mail number 4. These are all unread. Okay. All of them are unread. Right? All of these are unread. Okay. So if you have to read each one by one, what will you do? You will open 0th mail first, then you will close this, and then you will open the first mail, then you will close this, then you will open the second mail, then you will close this, and then you will open the third email, then you will close this, and then you will open the fourth email, and then you will close it. So isn't the action same, just the numbering? Just it is just the number that is changing. Isn't the action same? So aren't you every time doing the same thing? It's just the mail number that is different. Say yes or no, guys. Say yes or no.
Yeah. We're repeating the same task, but only the number is changing here.
So this is exactly what are loops. What is the meaning of a loop? Repeating something, right? What is the meaning of loop? Repeating something. Am I right?
Same action repeating multiple times.
Yeah. Repeating the same action multiple times. When you say I'm stuck in a loop, what does that mean? I'm doing the same thing again and again. Am I right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So what is the loop? What is the loop? Doing same thing every time,
Multiple times.
multiple time. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. So do you
Cool.
understood? Like, guys, I know my handwriting is a bit bad. I hope that is fine for you, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool,
All okay.
cool. So did you understood the loops concept here? Did you understood what are loops? Did you had a understanding what are loops? What is the loop? What is the basic concept of loop?
Yeah.
Don't worry, I will come to it. I will come to the technical part very soon. Don't worry about it. But let's complete this first, okay? Okay, cool. Okay, I will remove all of this, okay? Cool. Let's
Nikhil,
say,
I have a doubt, like in loop.
please go ahead.
Yeah. Can we use multiple conditions in a single loop?
Definitely we can, but wait, let me reach till technical part. You will
Okay.
get your answers, okay?
Sure. Sure.
Okay. So right now I'm just setting the base. Okay, right now I'm just trying to
Okay.
set up a base. Okay. All right.
Okay. All
Cool.
right.
Cool, guys. So I hope these things are understood. Okay. So I want you to understand one more thing. Let's say you own a restaurant, and there is a head chef, there is a one, customer one. Okay. There is customer two, C2, and there is chef two. Okay. Not this. I will say chef two. Okay. So the chef 2 is a junior chef. Okay. Chef 2 is new in this restaurant. All right.
All right.
All right. Everyone else, is this clear? The terminology is clear. There is a restaurant, then there is a head chef, there is a customer one, there is customer two, and there is chef two. Chef two. Chef two is a junior chef. Is this clear?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Cool. So I hope all of you understood this. Cool. So I'm erasing everything here. Okay. So now the chef two, since the chef two is new, This chef2 is new. So first time, for the very first time, I as the head chef, okay, HC is the head chef. I as the head chef tell the junior chef the steps, right, to cook something, right? Let's say cake. Let's say bake cake. Cake bake. Okay, baking a cake. So since this junior chef is new for the first time, me as a head chef, I have to tell him the steps to bake a cake, right? For the first time. For customer one, right? For customer one. Am I right?
Right.
But when it will come to customer two, will I tell him the steps or I will just tell him bake a cake? What will I tell him? I will tell him bake a cake or I am going to tell the steps again.
Bake a cake.
Right. I am going to tell him bake a cake. So this is how functions exactly work. We write the steps one time, and whenever we need that function, whenever we need to use that function, we just call the function by its name. Okay, let's say this baking a cake function name was bake a cake. Okay, so similarly, if I have to call any function, I just call him by the name. Okay, cool, right?
Okay.
Cool, understood. So is this function concept clear?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, cool, cool. Cool. Just one more thing I want to explain you guys. What do you understand by these three words? I have written map, filter, sort. What do you understand by these things? Anyone? Come on. I don't want the right technical answers. I just want to understand what do you understand by these things. All right.
Arrangement of elements.
Yeah. Sorting, like
Sorting
suppose
is like, okay, you are correct about
ascending to
sorting.
descending.
And what about filter?
Something, if you want to suppose like for only I have written something, or if you want to
Correct.
make my
Filtration.
separate
Filtration, right?
filtration.
Correct.
Pick something out of the box.
Keywords.
And what is map?
We are linking to that. Suppose I have written the test case. I would be linking to that step. So mapping a particular element or particular place. Suppose I'm belongs to Telangana. So I'm I'm mapping that place to my particular name.
Right. Cool.
Yeah.
So now imagine that mailbox again. Now imagine this mailbox again. This has multiple emails, right?
Okay.
Right.
Right.
Now, if I want, I can sort them on the basis of, these are already sorted on the basis of dates, if I'm not wrong, right?
Yes. Yes.
But we can sort them on any other basis as well, right? Am I right?
Yeah.
That is sorting. Okay. And what is filtering? Let's say I only want the mail that are from email address abc@gmail.com. That is filtering. Okay. That is filtering. Cool. Now, let's say I want to open every email that is from abc@gmail.com. That is mapping. Understood? Do you understood map, filter, and sort?
Only map. Please repeat. Filter and sort is
See,
okay.
filtering is just retrieving the list, but mapping is performing any action over that list. Okay,
Okay.
cool. Cool. Understood, guys?
Yeah.
Could you please come again?
See, filtration, when I say filtration will only return you the list. Filtration is not going to perform any action over that, right? When I say filter out all the mailboxes that are from abc@gmail.com, it is just going to give me the list of that, right?
Okay.
But when I say open all the mailboxes that are from abc@gmail.com, that is mapping. Okay. When I say performing any action over them, that is mapping. Okay. Understood. Cool. So these are smart functions that we will use. Okay, guys. So that is like I'm done with this part. So I will unshare my screen from here and will share my screen from here. Just give me a minute. Okay. I hope now you can see me as well.
Yeah.
Just give me a minute, guys. Okay, cool. Let me open the notes as well. Ooh, where is VS Code? Cool. So I will be creating a new file and I will name this file as lecture2.js. Cool.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so I am just like making a console log statement and this is lecture 2. Any doubts in this, guys? The first statement.
No.
Now, for very first thing, I will create array, a array of. I am going to create an array that contains product and their pricing as well. Okay, I am going to create an array that contains the product name and product's pricing as well. Understood?
Understood.
Okay, so see very carefully, and obviously I'm going to store this array inside a variable. Okay, so I will say const name of the array is const raw products. Okay, what is the
Okay.
name?
Raw
And
product.
this is how you start an array. This is how you start an array with this bracket, and end it this. So all the data should be inside these square brackets. Clear?
Clear.
Okay, so okay. Now I said array can accept JavaScript arrays can literally accept anything. Numbers, arrays, array can accept the array itself. Okay, so I can create another array inside this, but I'm not going to create. It can also accept JSON object. I will show you what is the JSON object. Okay, what is the JSON object? So to create a JSON object, JSON object is nothing. It is just another type of data. Okay. So you write a curly brace, okay. Inside this, let's say my first product is, what is the name of my first product? I will say name. Okay, what is the name of my first product? Name of my first product is Sauce Lab Backpack. Okay, so this is just a key value pair. Okay, this is just a key value pair. This is name is the key, and this is the value of name. So what is the name? Name of the product is
Sauce Lab.
Sauce Lab Backpack. Okay, now I also want to give the price. Okay, when you have many values, many properties of a product, then we use JSON object. Okay, now I have two properties in this case, name and price, right? So I am using two properties. Okay, I am using JSON object. Okay, so second thing is price. Okay, I am calling this as price string. I will tell you why I've called this as price string. And see, when you are assigning values in JSON object, you have to use colon, not equal. Okay, so we remember this every time. And let's the price is 29.9 something. Okay, and then you have to give a comma to add another product, and this is the second product. Okay, so is this clear? I have added two products inside it. Is this clear, guys?
Yes, clear.
This JSON structure is clear.
Yeah.
When you have to add another product, you have to add a comma. Okay, so this is clear, guys.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So I will just copy paste other data from notes itself. I won't waste very much time here. Cool. So I will copy this
Nikhil,
whole.
are you providing this document anywhere in the group
Yeah,
or?
you will get it once you will get the drive access. You will get this document. Don't worry.
Okay.
Okay. So I have copied this whole raw products. Okay, cool.
Cool.
Understood.
Yeah.
And now I will create a function. What is the function, guys? See, right now, let's say if I have to do any calculation, here, you see the price comes with this dollar, right? 29.99. But let's say if I have to plus 29 and 29.99 and 9.99, then only numbers will be added, right? What will I do this with this dollar? This will, have you ever plus this dollar? Have you ever subtracted or plus this dollar? No, right? Am I right, guys?
Yeah.
Right? This dollar can't be subtracted or added, right? This want to be, if this want to look like this dollar, and 30 plus 10 is 40. Okay, this won't look like this, right? This won't, am I right? So
Yes.
it should only look like, right? It should only look like this. Am I right?
Yeah, right.
So to add this thing, add these two things, I have to remove dollar from the string, right? Right? Why I'm making you learn this thing, I will tell you. I hope I get that. I have this. I will show you. Let's say you are doing some automation. Now you see, even here the dollar is present. So even in actual scenarios, you have to remove this dollar sign, right? Even in, let's say you are automating on Amazon, you have to remove the rupee sign from there, right?
Yes.
I understanding why I'm saying this, why we are doing this. So
Yes.
I now one thing, there are multiple price strings. There are 4 price strings. So will I change value for everyone? No, I will just write the steps once. What does I mean? I mean I will create a function. I will create a function and that function will do my task every time. Clear? So to write a function, first of all, you say function, you write the keyword function, okay? And then you write the name of this function. You can write any name, but write a understanding name, okay? That makes sense. So right now what we are doing, we are cleaning the price. So I call this price. So this will take an input. This will take an input because every time value is going to change. So every time it is going to take an input. Am I right? Am I
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Yes.
So
Yes.
what is the input? The
Then
input, let's say this is the price string, or we can call this as price text as well. Okay, so I can name anything. Okay, so I'm naming it right now price text. Okay, it is price string, but that we can change on runtime. Don't worry. Okay, I will show you how.
Okay.
So right now I am naming that you will get the input price, that would be price text. That is for our understanding, that you will get the input, that is price text. Okay,
Okay.
right?
hmm.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
Now see very carefully what I am writing. I am writing const I have to store the data, right? I have to store the data somewhere. What price without dollar sign, okay? Okay, so price without dollar sign. Now, see very carefully what I am going to write. Price text. What is the input? What is the input that we are giving? The price text is the input that we are giving in the inside the function. Okay, price text. Now, whatever the value of price text is, I am using an inbuilt function of JavaScript here. The inbuilt function is replace. What does replace does? Replace will take two inputs. One, what you need to replace. And second, it will take as the input what you want to enter on the place that you are replacing. Okay. So I am replacing the dollar. I am replacing the dollar, right? So I will
Right.
enter dollar on the first place. Then you have to give a comma. And then you have to tell what you want to enter on second place. I don't want to enter anything on second place. I want to I just want to get that dollar removed. So I will just provide this quotes and will not enter anything, not even a space here. Okay, clear? Okay,
Yes.
this is clear, right? Now, is this clear, guys?
Yes.
Now again, there is one more magic in this. This number is actually still a string, and strings cannot be calculated. Numbers can be calculated. Am I right?
Right.
This is still a string, right? I have just removed a dollar sign, but this is still a string. Am I right?
Right.
Right. So
Right.
there is a function in JavaScript, parse float. Okay, there are many functions. These values are decimal values, and I told you yesterday, decimal values are float values. These are not
Float
number
value.
values. Okay, so I will use parse float instead of parse number. Okay, there is another function parse number as well. Right now, I'm going to use parse float. Okay, you see, this is already giving me suggestions. And what will it take input? It will take input this. It will take input as this string, price without dollar sign. Because with dollar sign, it is itself not a number, right? It is itself not a float. So we will give input price without dollar sign. So this took the input. But right now, we are just performing the actions. We are not telling this function what you need to return to us. So isn't this the exact value? Isn't this the exact value that we require? What will this do? This will convert that string into a float value, right? And floats can be calculated, right? Decimal values can be used in calculations. Am I right?
Right.
Say yes or no, guys. What about others?
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
Cool. So you have to add a keyword return here. Okay, return. Okay. Now this our function is ready. What I did, I take a price text. This price text contains both dollar sign and it is also a string. Okay. Now what I did, I removed the dollar sign from this string. Okay. Using replace
Okay.
function. Okay.
Yes.
And now ultimately at the end, I converted the string into a float value. Is this clear, guys?
Yes.
Yes.
Is this
Yes.
clear? Cool. Great, guys. Now moving towards map. Okay. What I am doing, I am moving towards map. Okay. Okay. Now let's say I just want to, I have created this function, but I haven't used it anywhere. Right?
Mm.
I
Right.
haven't used it anywhere. I have just created this function. I'm just telling him that if someone gives you this value, then you have to perform the task. But who is going to give him that value, right? Who is going to give him the values? Am I right?
Right.
Yes.
Right. So now see very carefully what I am going to write. Now I am going to write, I want to print all the prices, only prices in the float format. Okay, only prices in the float format. Okay, so I will say I am creating a variable, okay, prices only. Now, do I have an array? What is the name of array? I'm going to perform some operations on this, okay? See,
Raw
very
products.
clear. Raw products. So I will write the name of this array. I told you, I am going to transform it. Am I right? I am going to perform some actions on it. So what we used in mailboxes to perform any actions on the mailbox? Map. You remember? We used map. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, cool. So now see very carefully. Raw products. I'm on the array. First, you have to write the name of array. Then you have to put a dot. You have to put a dot. It now you see it is showing all the inbuilt functions that can be used on arrays, used on this array. So I'm going to use map function, and this map function is going to take an input. I'm right now just giving the input. I'm telling you that you will get this kind of input. So what will be the input, guys? What will be the input? The input will be products. At one time, it will get one product, right? What is one product? This is one product. Am I right? This is one product. Am I right,
Yes.
guys?
Yes.
Right? Cool. So at one time, it will get one product. Okay. You have to tell him arrow. You have to tell him arrow that perform this. On product, perform this, what I'm going to write next. Okay. We call this as arrow function. Okay. We call it as arrow function. Okay. Then again, curly braces. You have to tell him what you have to do. Okay. Whenever you have to tell some steps, whenever you have to tell some logic, always use curly braces. Okay. So inside this, now see very carefully what I am going to write. Return clean price. What is clean price, guys? What is clean price?
It's
Yeah, without dollar.
Right. This function is clean price, right?
Mm.
So I am telling this what you have to return. You have to return me clean price, but clean price from what? This clean price expects us an input. This clean price is expecting us an input. तुम मुझे कुछ दोगे मैं तभी तुम्हें कुछ दूंगा. Okay. If you will give me an input, then only I will give you output. Okay. So what should be the input? This price string. Value of this price string should be the input. Right? But see, iterating, going over all the products, this map will do all that. Okay, we need not to worry about that. This map will do going over all the products. This map will perform that. We need not to worry. But what is the generic value of this? What is the generic value? How do I write a generic value? Generic means that points towards each value, right? That points toward each value. What is the name of the array?
Raw products.
Is the name of the array generic to all of them?
Yeah.
Right? So first of all, write raw products. Dot. When I say dot is used for two things. After dot, you can write an inbuilt function, or if this is an array, you can go inside this array as well. You can go inside this array as well. So raw product dot name is first thing that I can go inside, but I want to go to price string. So what I will write, raw products dot, what is the key of this, what is the key of this? What is the key of this? This price string. What is the name of this property? Price string. Right? So I will write price string. Okay. Is it written like this only? Yeah, that is correct. Don't worry. Did I did something wrong? Cost price is only
Yes,
raw products dot. No. Wait. Oh, okay. I don't have to enter raw products here. I already entered product here. I am already saying that this is a single product, right?
Single product. Yeah.
Right, I am already saying this is a single product. So I will say product here. Okay, not raw products. All right. Cool. Don't worry about this error. This error, this is a VS Code error and not actual error. This will work fine. Okay. So is this clear, guys? So there are some bracket mistakes as far as I can see. Wait. Yeah, I guess this should wait. Okay, let me the logic we have written correct. Let's copy this so just don't throw any errors. Okay. Cool. So function we have already written and this. Okay. So there must be some bracket errors and nothing else. Okay. Cool. Now it's not throwing any errors. I guess we were using double braces here. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. So I will print console.log prices only. Okay. This will print whatever the value stored inside it. Okay. So it will print all the prices only. Means it will print 29.999, 9.99, 15.99, 49.99 in the float format, not string format. Am I right? Clear, guys? Is this clear?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Cool, guys. Now filtration thing. Okay. Now see very carefully. Okay. So const cheap items. I want to filter out the cheap items. Okay. So it is same as map. This is very same how we return map. This is very similar to that. First, name of the array. Okay. What is the name of the array? Raw products.
Raw products.
Okay. Yeah. Raw products. Then we are
Nikhil,
filtering.
small. Are you giving like items to the cheap as a cheap items, or it's normally it will take the low cost items as a cheap item?
No, I will write some logic, okay? I will write some logic and on the basis of that, it will take the items, okay? So I will
Okay.
filter out. Basically, I am filtering out. Don't worry. Okay, so for filtering, what we use? For filtration, what do we use? Tell me, guys, come on. What we were used for filtering the mailbox filter function, right?
Yes.
Okay, so right filter, and again it will take single. It is going to check one by one, right? It is going to check one by one. So
One
it
by
will
one.
take a single product as input. So what is the single product? This is the single product, right?
Single product.
Yes.
So write product inside it. Product. Okay, and come outside this, and again create a arrow function and write the logic here. Okay. So the logic for this is const real price. First, let's see the real price. Okay. We have to clean the price, right? We already written this. How do we write the clean price here, right? We
Right.
already did this, right? Now, what I want to return, whatever items that are below 20, obviously mathematical operations can be performed on numbers only, right? If I will say
Yes.
that's why I performed clean price here. See, I have written clean price only once, but I'm using it multiple times. I used it here in the single line. I used it here in the single line. So every time I'm writing one line, but the actual, this is for 3 lines, right? So this is the
Right.
magic of writing functions. Okay. So now I have to return whosoever real price is less than 20, return me that. So this is how we write filtration. Do you understood filter, guys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You understood filter?
Yes.
Cool, guys. Cool. Everyone, did you any doubts still here? Suresh, you understood? I have written a logic inside it. On the basis of that, it is going to return cheap items. Okay.
Yeah. Got it.
Got it. Cool. Cool. Understood. Okay. Very nice, guys. Very, very nice. Cool. Loops is left, right? So I will write loops once. You will see. Yeah. Now let's say I want to print the loop of this, right? I want to print the loop. I want to, what do I mean? If I want to print it one by one, first I have to come here, then I can print. Secondly, I have to come here. Then third, I have to come here. And fourth, I have to come here. Every time I'm going to perform the same action, that is printing the product value, right? So see here. Okay. Before, let's print the cheap items as well. Okay. Now see very carefully. Okay. We write for. Okay. What we write for. Then we write a normal bracket. Okay. I say const item of, this is a single item, right? This is a single item. So I'm naming this as item. I can name anything. I can say product. I can say item. I can say anything. I can say for Nikhil of. Okay, anything. I'm just using a meaningful name. Okay. So, okay, this is clear. Just
Yes.
using for item of. Now I'm not like going through whole raw products. I'm going through cheap items. Okay, I am going through cheap items. For items of cheap items. Cheap items will contain how many items? How many are lower than 20? There are 3 products that are lower, 2 products. Okay, let's keep it, let's do it 30. Okay, then there will be 3 products. Okay. Okay, so 15.99, 29.99. These will below with 30. Okay, cool. So for cost item of cheap items, that means item of cheap item. For item of cheap item, that means I'm talking about one by one. For item of cheap items, that means first for item of cheap items. Understood? Item of cheap items. That means one item of cheap items. Okay. Cool. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Then curly braces. Every time whenever you are writing some logic or some operational statement, use curly braces. Okay.
Okay.
Cool. I want to print console dot log. Okay. First thing I want to print. What is the first thing I want to print? Item dot name. Right?
Yes.
Cool. And second thing I want to print item dot
Price.
price string, right? It works. Okay. Cool. So
Yeah.
I'm basically printing 2 things. Item name of the item. See, this item contain 2 things, name and price string, right? I can name this anything that is on me. This is not something like very hard and fast. Okay, cool. Cool. So let's run this once. Okay. Okay, I will add some statements here. Okay, just to differentiate. Okay. Okay. Okay, cool. So understood. Any doubts in this code, guys? Before I run this, actually, any doubts?
I'm good.
Everyone.
We are good, Nikhil.
All okay.
Just give me a minute. Cool, guys. So node, how do we run? We write node, name of the file, lecture2.js, hit enter. Now you see, First thing what we were printing was, this is lecture 2.
Mhm.
Then mapped items, we printed this. See, this is returning me with the float values. This is not returning me with the string values. 29.999.99, 15.99, 49.99. Now you see filter items. There are only 3 items, not 4 items, and all are below 20.
Yes, below
Yeah.
that.
Now you see looped items. This is printing. Sauce lab backpack is now this time it is printing with the string because we told him price string, not a cleaned price. Okay.
Mm.
Right. So this is printing 3 items because there were 3 items in cheap items. Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
Clear, guys?
Yeah.
Yes.
Cool. Let's see what we have in interview questions. Arrays, already explained you what is arrays. Functions, we just wrote a clean price function. Map filter, parse float versus parse int. Sorry, I mistakenly said parse number initially, but it is actually parse int. When you have a whole number like 1, 2, 3, that is not a float value. When you have a complete number, when you don't have decimal values, then to convert that from string to number, you have to use parse int. Okay, is this clear, guys?
Yeah.
All right. Map. Yeah, right. This is assignment for you. Research about for each loop. Okay, research about for each loop and do one implementation of it. Okay,
Yep.
cool. Then secondly, we have double equal and triple equal. We did it yesterday, right? How do you turn a string like total 500 into number 500? We did. Read it, guys. Once read it. This is an important function. Okay. Read it. Try to implement this. Okay. Try to implement this. All right. And this is your main assignment. You have 3 assignments. Okay. First one, read and implement for each loop. This is nothing complex that I should be teaching in class. That's why I'm telling you to research it and implement it. Okay. This is the first thing. What is the second thing? Research and implement split function.
Implement split function.
Third is this. Okay. Cool.
Yes.
Cool, guys. So I guess we can drop here. All right.
Mhm.
Cool, guys. Thank you for attending this class.
Thank you, Nikhil.
Bye-bye, guys. Bye. Have a great weekend.
Yeah, you too.
Yeah, you too.
Bye-bye.
Bye.